Hey viewers, I just got back from an extended holiday, December through February, I guess. And in this episode of With Jeff, we take the Mini Cooper up to 85 Main Street in Plaistow, New Hampshire to visit the Plaistow Public Library. We talk with Cab Vinton, Jennifer Dolly, Scott Campbell, and then we're surprised by the two guys from Sharp Orange, Greg and Adam. Enjoy.
I'm the library director here. I've been here just over 5 years, and it's a good thing I'm passionate about libraries because that happens to be my job. So we have a staff of about 11 or 12 people, and I get to sort of corral the cats as best I can and try to offer services for the library. All libraries have changed over the years, but a lot of things have stayed the same. We still offer books and movies and magazines and newspapers, programs for children. Those things have stayed pretty much constant over the past many decades, but with the growth in the internet and digital content, we're obviously doing a fair bit of that these days as well. It's a basic awareness. I think a lot of folks still don't know exactly what libraries do, and I think folks are surprised that you can come to the library and take a yoga class, you can check out a telescope. We have over 60 different local civic community groups that use our spaces. Some folks, believe it or not, still don't know that we have movies that you can check out. So we're Redbox, but your taxes are already paying for the service, so why pay Redbox when you can come to the library and check things out? You know, the most important thing we can do is listen to our local community and find out exactly what are the areas where they see us being a valuable player in their lives.
Is there a website they can go to just to grab all this stuff?
Sure. It's plaistowlibrary.com, and I'm director at plaistowlibrary.com, and our number is 382-6011, and we're always happy to hear from folks.
Tell me a little bit about how you found yourself, I guess, here in the executive boardroom of Plaistow Public Library, and really how you got into the library business.
Yeah. So I started as a work-study student at the Exeter Library and the Portsmouth Library, and then I ended up working at the UNH Library for 3 years. Took a detour into the public sector, marketing and PR, market research for a couple different companies in Portsmouth, and then found myself back into libraries. So I've got this very circuitous route. I may be the only, marketing guy / delivery driver / librarian you're ever going to meet.
Yeah.
They tell me I just light up. I'm a librarian all the time. At a cocktail party, barbecue, a family get together. I'm always the librarian, and they always ask me the trivia questions, or they'll ask me, about the new movies or books that are coming out, and it's just. It's awesome. I love being a librarian. It's evolving. So we have the books and the movies to borrow. We have the meeting spaces and the programs. Those are the three that you asked about earlier. The programs and events. The magic wand is working pretty well, actually. This is pretty close to what a modern day public library should be, because we do offer all those things.
Yeah.
We do have the technology. We do have the meeting space. We do have the programs. The children's programs are alone are worth the price of admission. We have one of the best children's librarians in the state here, and that brings the moms in, that brings the kids in.
Yeah.
Increasingly dads, we're working on them.
Right.
But no, the magic wand is, I don't need it. Do we need a little more funding? Probably. We could find ways to spend that money for sure.
Sure.
We're definitely, we're probably about 3% to 5% of the town's budget.
Okay.
Whereas the school system's about 70%.
Right.
And so my magic wand would probably be to move that number up a little bit for not just us, for every town.
Yeah.
That would probably be the key to where get people to understand that libraries aren't just for, retirees or toddlers. They're really for everybody.
Hey, this is Jeff Cutler. We're still at the Plaistow Public Library, speaking with the two principals of Sharp Orange who have started a project called Library Land. Is that correct, Greg?
That's right.
Greg, give me your whole name.
Greg,
Pronounce it correctly and tell us what Libraryland is all about.
sure, my name is Greg Peverill-Conti, and Libraryland, when Adam and I started Sharp Orange, we had to figure out where to work, and we could have gone to coffee shops, we could have gone to WeWorks, we could have gone a lot of places, but we settled on libraries, and we've been to, this is our 125th library.
Holy smokes.
In the last year, and they've been just a tremendous place to work. They've got parking, Wi-Fi, meeting rooms, great people. They're just fantastic. If you take a client to a library like this, their history room here, it's an amazing space. You wouldn't have any qualms bringing a client there. And I know, having spoken to the director, that frequently local business people, attorneys do hold meetings in their history room. Adam and I have had meetings with clients in the Walpole Public Library, in the Lincoln Public Library, in Danvers, in Hamilton Wenham. We have not yet had a client who has had a problem with that.
Here at Plaistow Public Library, there are a couple different programs that draw people in, but I did a walk through the children's area today and I was astounded. And I am lucky enough to have in front of us the person who actually runs that, who is going to tell us her name, her role, and we'll talk some more about the children's area.
Okay, my name is Jennifer Dolly. I'm the head of youth services here at the Plaistow Public Library. It's an amazing, amazing library. I'm very lucky to be here and I absolutely love it.
Is your background in library science, or what was the path that brought you here?
My background is actually in early childhood education. I've taught kindergarten, first grade for many years, taking a break to raise my own children. It was sort of a one thing leading to another, getting me to come to the Plaistow Library. I taught at a parochial school, which led me to becoming the teacher librarian at a private school, which opened the door to this amazing experience here at the Plaistow Public Library.
What's the, best approach to get a kid to read?
To find the right book and put it in the right hands. Once you do that, it's opening a magical door. Getting kids excited, just finding the right book and putting it in their hands. They will just take off once you do that. Getting them excited at story time, starting young, is another way that we get them all.
And that's a regular program here, the story time?
It is. We start story time at ages 0.
Really?
Yes, we have baby group that we have, baby bears, and we have our wiggly walkers. As soon as they start walking, we start wiggling around, and we have toddler time, and then we have story time through school age. After school story time is very popular for a lot of kids getting right off the bus. So once you get them hooked on a book, they are ready to go and super excited.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, nice to see you.
I'm Adam Zand. I'm a co-founder and principal at Sharp Orange, a PR and communications agency.
What does a library do for a PR and communications agency that you couldn't get by going to a crowded, noisy coffee shop?
So the crowded, noisy coffee shop means you're going to drink a lot of caffeine. And there's going to be a lot of conversations and a lot of really bad new age music. So that wasn't for us. The other alternative that some people suggested to us was co-working spaces. Some have been branded WeWork, some have been branded Work Bar. We'll put this nicely, it's just not for us. We felt fairly expensive, not a lot of room to stretch out in. Just wasn't for us, both of those options. So I think this is a sense of place, and libraries really are this last great democratic institution where anybody can go. Anyone from a CEO to a PR person to somebody who just wants to read the newspaper that day. So thankfully, most of the libraries we go to do have private rooms. If they don't, we find a space and we're just a lot more quiet than we usually are.
As a resource for information, what makes a library ideal for a company like Sharp Orange, or for anyone who lives in any of these towns where these great institutions are?
Right. Well, we're all fairly mobile people these days, and access to free Wi-Fi and laptop. If we were in one library in Medford, I was having the darndest time with my laptop, and Greg said, "Why don't you check up front? Maybe you can borrow a laptop." And we did. Got work done that way. Primary source materials would seem like an obvious. We don't use them all that much, but if we have to, they're boundless. It's funny with Library Land, our friend Dave Kay, who I think you know, he's a grant writer and fundraiser. He brought us to Newton Library and showed us a database that the Newton Library has and other libraries have that gives you access to all the grant writing opportunities and foundations really in the country. And part of our Library Land effort, this project we're embarking on to try to go to every library in Massachusetts, we think there might be some foundations or maybe some associations that would want to be involved in our efforts. And why not use a database like that in a library?
Right here's Adam Zand, who is looking at a. Oh wow!
Free
He's gonna
books.
Get some new books.
Free.
Really, at a library?
Yeah, free. They give them away. You can take anything, but I think they want you mostly to focus here.
All right, that's fantastic. Thanks for watching this episode. I'm going to post longer versions of each interview right here on With Jeff. And if you like the show, please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified when I do put a show out, and leave a comment down below if there are things you'd like me to cover or examine on these journeys.